cider vinegar, but white vinegar.
I've got that.
Okay, and soak it for, I don't know, 2, 3, 5 minutes a couple times a week. I don't think, just try, and that can change the pH and help with the athlete's foot. Okay, and my eyes, things are fogging up here. Okay, now I can see. So this is where I start touching things and it gets a little, so I'm gonna look. She's got a callus over there. She's got some stuff here. The nails aren't too bad. So what I'm gonna do is, for demonstration here, I am going to file these calluses. So I'll do that with this. And I'm going to use one of my super carbides. So this is the 1/8 inch hand piece. And where did I put the burrs? Here. And then what I'll do is
like dentistry. They do the same thing in dentistry.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Burrs, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll cover that. So, okay, so I'm going to pick out a burr that would be appropriate for that. And because there's that fissure there, I'm going to take one of these long, thin ones. I think I'm going to take, and I'm just going to carefully pick it up like that. Okay, and then I'll close this. So, oh, I've got that was clean, so if I need that one. Okay, so here we go. We're going to, I always have it on the highest speed. That unless it's so big it starts wobbling around, I just go right to the high speed, which on these little drills is 30,000 RPMs. So there it goes. Okay, and and it always helps to actually get the light on what you're working. So can you see that, Lauralee? Good. Mm-hmm. Okay. So with this long, thin one, I can go along the edge and kind of smooth that. And what I was getting to, it tickles? Okay, good. Okay. Is I use the side to kind of get that first layer off. And then where it's thicker, I can use the tip. And you can just feel, how after a while, when you're skilled, the skilled is knowing when to stop. And you can feel at the tip of it less resistance. So if it's really thick, you can feel the difference. So, but error on the side of less is more. And I just do a tap, tap, tap. So,
are you okay?
I am okay. Yeah, so I'm trying to just get on the edge. So I'm using the tip of it, and this is also really good for things in between the toes. I call it the in-betweener, to get even soft corns. I use it on, and I used it on Sylvia's Pomeranian's paws. I use this, there's a video from a long, long time ago of me doing a dog, and I'm using this burr on a Pomeranian paw. For this really weird growth, and it was perfect. It was great. So we could use it for vet medicine. So what I think I'm going to do is stop the videoing now, because I'm going to trade off, since there isn't a lot of people here, so the people who came up and wanted to get some experience can give this a try. So I'm going to sign off for now on this one, and we'll do another one in a little bit.
Could you show us what you would do on the deep?
Oh, on this one? That's very good, Lori. Okay, so on this deep one, I would... Tell me if this hurts at all, okay?
I will.
Okay. So you can actually kind of set the length of it down the crack like that. And it's like eyeliner or something. You just kind of go like that. But this needs to be, for you personally, you should try to get a foot file maybe from the dollar store that you can smooth that out, and then put a moisturizer on it for that skin, because this could crack and split and cause a sore. It already has crack. Is this sore at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
And so for the sake of teaching, what I'm going to do is then show you another burr that I would use is, and I'm going to pick it out very delicately, is the diamond burr with the round edge. There we go. Okay. And actually this thing's kind of fun too. I might use that. All right. So those are the only two. So I'm going to switch, because once you get the bulk down, you want to go to a diamond to smooth it. And that would be... And then what we're going to do after I use all this stuff is wipe down the handpiece, the drill, everything that I've touched. So infection control wise, you just may not see that, but that's what we do. So now I'm finishing it off. So can you imagine taking a scalpel to that? Because that's what most people do. No, it's just, you just have much more control. It's much safer. And still tickling?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just feel this is a safer way to do it. I have not used a scalpel in 18 years. I don't know if I said that already. It just kind of horrifies me when I see people using scalpels. But
Who sterilizes all your instruments?
yeah. Oh, who does me? Yeah.
Where do you do it at?
I have an office in Fulton.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to achieve here? You go into that crevice and clean it out? Or?
Yeah, and it takes the pressure off the side, so it's less likely to split. So it's kind of like you're trying to want it to get it flat, but you're never really going to get it flat. And then if she puts a moisturizer on this and kind of uses a foot file a couple times a week, this should just go away. Yeah. So I'm trying to reduce the callus that's there, and I can feel it, and then smooth it. Oop, there's my headlamp. See, I think I've got it on sideways on my head. And I should have taken just a hard picture before, but I didn't. So you start with the more aggressive one and finish with a diamond or a ruby. There are ruby. They're a little bit less expensive than diamonds, and whatever you've got there. So and she has a little corn over here on her little toe. So I'll just keep this on instead of the carbide, and I use the edge, and I just tap, tap, tap. And I kind of give counter pressure here. It's like fish scales. But again, can you imagine using a scalpel on that? That, you know, there are many training programs, and all they use is scalpels, and I just can't believe it. But that, you know, people do what they're used to doing, and they're a little resistant. So now I'm doing what I call the potato peeler hold. So I have more control over it. This is what I call the pencil hold. This is the potato peeler hold. And then I also do another maneuver by putting it in reverse, the maneuver. And I call it up the inside. So it's now in reverse, and I can go up, although you don't really want to do diamond on nails. I'm doing this more for demonstration, because diamond on nail, it's not that effective. If it's a really thick nail, it can get hot, and it can ruin the surface of the diamond burr. But I'm just showing you this. So it's inside, and the reason I'm doing this is because if it was forward, it would be like this, and it'd be much more of a chance of me nicking. And if it's this way, then I have my headlamp on it, then I can go up the inside. But I'm going to go back. I digress. Back to this. And this has a rounded tip. You really kind of got to look at the shape of your burrs. I like the ones that are more flat on the top, because you can use the flat edge, but this isn't bad. It's just a difference. It's the little things that once you've been doing this for years and years, you just kind of like new approaches and new tools and stuff. So I'm just going to take that to go along the edge. Tap, tap, tap. Tap. And in the middle, it's a little thicker, so I can press a little bit harder there. But it's generally that. And pretty soon you can see, like I'm seeing that skin is a little bit yellowish, and you don't want to get too thin. And you usually learn by going too thin, and then your brain goes, oh, I went too far, and it learns. And so if you're starting out and doing these kinds of things, you are most likely, people are going to go, oh, or you might burn them a little bit, and then you learn. It's a skill. You have to do it over and over and over and over again. And that's why I think working in homeless shelters or where there's a constant flow of feet, that's where you can really build up your skills.